Dear brothers and sisters, I welcome you all to hear and see this video message. In this video, I am going to discuss about reason for Hindu-Muslim violence in India. Content for this video I given in the description. You can go through and study. The roots of India's modern religious strife can be traced to 1947 when Britain, under pressure from Muslim political leaders who wanted a Muslim majority state, redrew the borders of its colony. Out of that partition of the Indian subcontinent, Pakistan was born. But because the new boundaries were drawn so hastily, it left many Muslims and Hindus on the wrong side of the border, unleashing a wave of violence and terror that killed 1 million people and displaced 14 million more. Still, millions of Muslims stayed for India's formation as an independent state, whose first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru suppressed Hindu nationalism in favor of a more egalitarian vision for the country. There have been several instances of religious violence against Muslims since the partition of India in 1947, frequently in the form of violent attacks on Muslims by Hindu nationalist mobs that form a pattern of sporadic sectarian violence between the Hindu and Muslim communities. Over 10,000 people have been killed in Hindu-Muslim communal violence since 1950 in 693 instances of communal violence between 1954 and 1982. The causes of violence against Muslims are varied. The roots are thought to lie in the Indian history. Resentment towards the Islamic conquest of India during the Middle Ages and the partition of Indian subcontinent into a Muslim majority Pakistan and an Indian state with a Muslim minority. Hindu nationalists use the historical subjugation of India by Muslims as an excuse for violence. They feel that since the partition, Indian Muslims are allied to Pakistan are possibly radicalized, and therefore the Hindus must take defensive steps to avoid a repeat of the past wrongs and reassert their pride. The higher fertility rates among Muslims has been a recurring theme in the Hindu rights rhetoric. They claim that the higher birth rate among Muslims is part of a plan to turn the Hindus into a minority within their own country. As India's economic expands due to globalization and investment from overseas companies, the expectations of the Hindu population were not matched by the opportunities. Hindu nationalists then encouraged the perception of Muslims as the source of Hindus' troubles. Bible talks about no genuine reason for Hindu-Muslim violence in India. In Acts chapter 19 verse 32 and 40. Meanwhile, the assembly was in turmoil. Inside, the people were all shouting some one thing and some another. Everything was in confusion. In fact, most of them did not even know why they were there. I am afraid we are in danger of being charged with rioting by the Roman government, since there is no cause for all this commotion. And if Rome demands an explanation about today's uproar, we won't know what to say. Also in Judges chapter 11 verse 12 and 27. So Jephthah, that is Muslim, sent messengers to the king of the sons of Ammon, that is Hindutvavist, saying, "What conflict do you and I have that you have come to me to fight against my land? I, that is Muslims, have not wronged you, but you, that is Hindutvavist, are doing me wrong by waging war against me. Let the Lord, the judge, decide the dispute this day between the Israelites, that is Muslims and Christians, and the Ammonites, that is Hindutvavist. Amen.